Welcome back to Overly Real, the podcast. Went away for a while, but I had to upgrade. Got some new Rode mics, got some new equipment. So we're back and we're better. Yeah.
Uh, what's up, y'all? It's Keyshawn again. Happy J5 to all the noobs out there, especially special shout out to my neos, that's also a part of the podcast. Noah, DC, Romy, and Deal. You know, Tari McCarroll, Spring 22, Alpha Theta Ace Club. You know,
This
it's a,
man just spit
it's
his
a,
whole tag,
it's
bro.
a, huh?
You just spit your
I
whole
did,
tag.
I did. It's a players' holiday, of course. You know.
Anyway, man, let's get into it. Today's episode, we're just gonna be talking about building resilience through habits and struggles. So first things first, what are habits and why do they matter?
Habits are actions or behaviors that are repeated and become automatic with little or no effort. Habits obviously can be good or bad. Some good habits include exercising, reading, eating well, and then bad habits include like excessive smoking, drinking, or even just mindless social media scrolling. And habits are important because they dictate our day to day lives. So that's why it's important to form good habits and ignore or slowly take away the bad habits.
What are some habits that you like have a part of your daily routine?
So automatically, the gym is an automatic part of my everyday routine. And at this point in my life, the gym just is for me to get my mind away from things. You know, obviously for the benefit of looking good, but it also helps with my mental health as well. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't really go to the gym, but in the morning I try to get up and pray. And I try to get about 100 to 200 push-ups in before I get a shower. Just kind of before I go to basketball practice, before I start my 9 to 5. So, and then on the weekends, I'll do that, get a shower, and I might go be lazy. That's the only time I get to rest. So, I
yeah.
mean, yeah. Um,
Now, I also do wake up in the morning, I'm trying to form a habit of getting up and reading my Bible and praying to get my day started with the Lord, of course. You know, and I'm also getting back into the swing of eating well again too, or eating healthy. So
okay. Yeah. So according to science, it takes about 66 days to form a habit. So all you gotta do is just put in the time. It's not easy forming a habit. Well, it's not easy forming a good habit. It's easy to form a bad habit because it's the comfortability
yep,
of a bad habit versus a good habit, like eating right.
yeah,
It's cheaper to eat bad versus eating right.
no, literally,
So I mean, of course, why not go to McDonald's? I get the same money. You know, we living in times where it's kind of hard out here. So, of course, it's easier to do bad than good, but it takes time. So you got to be willing to put in the work to get into the swing of having a good habit. Yeah. So, I mean, having good habits kind of help you elevate your lifestyle. And
yep,
by me saying that, like me just praying every morning and every night and at least reading my daily scripture every day, that's something positive that I'm adding to my life. So I feel like that's a good habit that can get me further along. Something else that I started doing, I started tithing at church, and I have definitely seen a growth in my income. I mean, I I feel like you have to be willing to have faith in doing things of that nature.
yep.
So if you are gonna be all in with God, and that's something that you got to tell yourself that hey, I'm gonna do the necessary things for me to grow my faith. So
And one thing that I'm learning is, you know, you have to be willing to throw out the old parts of yourself in order for God to reform like a new you. So, you know, simple as, you know, stopping those old bad habits, you know, because how can God elevate you when he can't trust you with new things that he's trying to restore you with? So, you know, it's very important to be mindful of that. You can't God won't elevate you until you are ready to throw away your old self. So
Your heart got to be in the right place.
Yep,
So,
that's so true. That's so true.
yeah, I mean, kind of shifting gears here. Gonna talk a little bit about how life lessons from struggle kind of helped us form better habits. So, yeah, at some point in life, everyone faces struggles. It's about how resilient you are to overcome the struggle. How can you overcome adversity? So yeah, kind of tell us about a time that you learned a lesson from struggle and kind of how it transformed you into being a better person. So
So my freshman year of college, moving out to a whole different state, experiencing new things, seeing new people, I kind of got hooked into some of the wrong things. And that kind of, I was hooked into those wrong things up until, I want to say, honestly, probably up until September of 2024. I kind of didn't realize how much those things that I got hooked to was turning my life. Because it was a bad habit. I formed a bad habit, so I became used to it. I came oblivious to the fact that it could have eventually been the my downfall, if I'm being honest. And God blessed me with an opportunity for an internship for my current career field. And that kind of transformed me in a way, gave me hope again as far as, my future career and, college and things of that nature. And so I was just very blessed in order to see that, or to have the experiences that I have, and to see the things that I've seen so far, because, like I said, it has definitely showed me that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So with that being said, all those bad habits that I formed throughout my 4 years of college, I've officially and still am currently trying to throw them away, because I know that that once again God can't elevate me until I'm ready to get rid of those old habits. And so I was just very blessed to have that feeling of feeling like I'm going through this repeated cycle, and then just to even now be in a position to where it's like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm ready to see what else I'm ready to see what God has in store for me for this year. And so it's very important I feel like it's very important to have that repeated cycle feeling, especially because you're not gonna change until you get tired of feeling the same thing over and over again. Like you get tired of going through the same thing over and over again, and so it forces you to the point to where you have nothing else to do but turn to God. Like you have nothing else to do but turn to God. So yeah, that's kind of me and my kind of a brief story. Don't want to go too in depth, but yeah.
nah, for sure. So mine, it's kind of similar, but mine is kind of like a million stories in one. So like in undergrad at TSU, like it was a thing to be teed up. It was a thing to go everywhere. Like just be outside. So like for me, being outside, traveling, all that brought struggle on my life because I didn't have the means to travel how I was traveling. I mean, I figured it out, but like for instance, one time I took a day trip to Atlanta, $60 to my name from Nashville. So I went to a concert. I gotta get food. I gotta get gas. I gotta live. Something go wrong, like what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
We didn't even make it out of Nashville. I had to go get the tire fixed on a rental car. That cost money. I'm down to $30 to my name. Like, that's not smart. Still went to Atlanta. Nothing told me to just stop in your tracks, stop while you ahead. No, I'm still going to Atlanta. Went to Atlanta, had to get food. You know what I'm saying? So I got to come back from Atlanta. The next day is the Southern Heritage Classic. If you went to Tennessee State or Jackson State, you know how big the Southern Heritage Classic. I'm going to Memphis. So going to Memphis with about $15, $20 to my name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like stuff like that showed me that I needed better spending habits. I didn't want to be broke. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be poor. And me being independent, wanting to be Mr. Grown, man, I'm not calling my mom. I got to figure it out. So it's like, stuff like that showed me where I wanted to be financially. And it gave me the work ethic that I have now to work my 9 to 5, to coach my butt off when I'm coaching these kids and show them the ropes, because I don't want them to see struggle. I don't want anybody around me to see struggle. And yeah, I struggled because I didn't want to call my mom, but at the same time, it made me who I am. It gave me a work ethic. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I could go on and on and on about spending money that I didn't have when I was at TSU. Like, I was just doing it. But it's like, you gonna have a good time. So, me knowing what I know now, forget a good time. Like, you gotta be financially stable to be able to enjoy life. Like, yeah, that seemed fun, but then I'm coming back looking at my bank account like, what did I just do? Like, I know I didn't have it. So now I gotta go hustle. Now I'm doing other people's homework to make money. I'm working 8 to 12 hours at TJ Maxx, or trying to figure out side hustles to get by, survive, pay my bills that I have. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of like one of those things that made me who I am. And I thank God that I didn't go under, because, man, I struggled with Dylan. That's also on the podcast. If you ever hear us talk about the $2 nights, man, that was real. That was a real thing. So
I'm just curious though. What concert did you go to in Atlanta?
I went to Daniel Caesar. I went with Shorty.
Oh.
Yeah. I went to Daniel Caesar concert. It was fire though, I ain't gonna lie. The concert was good. It was a little rough getting there. Atlanta traffic. Matter of fact, where we stayed at was like an hour from Atlanta, like past Atlanta.
Bro, when was this? Where was I at?
This was September 2023. You was at TSU? You had just came back though, because of the financial stuff, the financial aid stuff, when they was purging people. You had just moved to Jefferson Flats.
I'm like, bro, ain't tell me about none of this. I ain't never knew you went to Atlanta. So
bro, it was man. Bro, we literally struggled, like, and then too, think about it. We drove an hour past Atlanta to drive an hour to Atlanta to drive an hour back after the concert, after food, all that. Then still had to drive to Nashville the next day. Almost got charged extra because we left too late. Plus we got stuck in Atlanta traffic. You know, everybody know Atlanta traffic bad. So it's like, that would have been more money that I had to waste, all that. So it's like,
yeah, no, them college nights when you ain't got no money, it ain't no joke at all. It ain't no joke. Man. I ain't gonna lie. It was even a couple nights where I had to eat, sleep. Like, like
it was just man, they just don't know. Well, some people might know, but like, hey,
yeah,
struggling is not cool, but it made us who we are. It showed us where we don't want to be.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie, if we didn't have the friends that we had, struggling wouldn't have been fun.
Literally.
Like, we made struggling fun because we struggled together. I was just telling my mom, like, bro, I'm so thankful that I got to go to TSU, because, like, we got barbers, we got hairstylists, we got chefs, we got everything that you need right in one proximity. Yeah. So we all got to hustle, we all grind, and we trading service for service, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if it wasn't for that, struggling would have been way worse than what it was. But I'm happy to say that I got to struggle, because I don't want anybody around me to struggle. I want to, like, if I'm fortunate enough to have kids one day, I want them to be able to not experience struggle. Mm-hmm. So that's why I work my butt off. We work our butts off to get where we need to go.
And kind of just to repeat what I said earlier, and this is for anybody who's watching, like, I really want you to, like, lock in just for a few seconds. If you are tired of repeating the same cycle, and this is coming from me, I've experienced this for 2-3 straight years. If you are tired of repeating the same cycle, you have to break those bad habits in order to elevate. You have to break those bad habits in order to elevate. I know you tired. I know you tired of going through the same thing over and over again. It's not a coincidence. God tried to teach you the first time, you didn't learn. Now He doing the second time, you still didn't learn. And by the third time, you already tired. You like, what else? What else am I supposed to do? Like, so, you know, yeah. So we're just gonna leave you guys with some healthy habits, or a healthy habit challenge. I challenge you guys to start taking care of yourself, whether that's mental health, physically, mentally, the whole nine. I challenge you guys to go exercise, even if that's something simple as taking a 30-minute walk. Because forming that habit, that 30-minute walk will turn into an hour a couple of months from now, just because it's the 30-minute walk is easy at that point. Go lift some weights. Make sure you're taking vitamins. Make sure you're getting your omega-3s. All these things are things that we need for our body to function properly, because we don't want to be 30 and our body starts to break down. Like, we don't want that. Start eating healthier. Not saying you have to eat healthy 7 days a week, because eating healthy is definitely expensive. It's expensive. Like Jordan said earlier, it's so easy to just go to McDonald's and get a double cheeseburger because it's cheap. It's cheap, But some those type of things, they aren't bad for you, but it's all about how you consume it in moderation. So instead of getting a double cheeseburger from McDonald's 3 days out the week, change it to 1 day out the week on a Sunday or even a Saturday, or even just it could be a weekend thing. Simple things is protein like chicken, brown white rice. Make sure you eat a vegetable, because vegetables are the minerals in vegetables help our blood flow throughout our body properly. They help break down certain things that we eat and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna promote and hope you guys start taking your physical and mental health more serious, because at the end of the day, it's very important to take care of yourself. How can you do other things for other people or even for your job, and you're not physically or mentally capable of doing that? Journaling, things of that nature. Simple journaling is simply just talking to yourself. Putting those thoughts out on a piece of paper. It's kind of the psychology behind it is kind of like talking to someone else, but you're talking to yourself. It'll kind of get those things out of your head and on a piece of paper, and now you're not thinking about that one thing that has been on your mind all day, because you technically talked to someone about it. So, like I said, mental health and physical health. Make sure you are taking your vitamins. Do you take vitamins?
Yes, bro.
You do?
Yeah, I take vitamin C for sure.
Okay.
For one, too many people coughing and sneezing, so I get about 2,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it. I take the men's vitamins.
The multivitamins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just started a couple days ago. And I'm also taking my fish oils too for the omega-3. And most of these things, huh?
Those are nasty.
Horrible.
Gross.
I mean, but most of these things that we eat are in the foods that we eat. So, and half the time we don't even need the medication that people think we need to heal our bodies, bro. Our bodies are made to heal themselves. Yeah. That's why it's very important that you take care of your physical health. It's very important.
I'm dead. My only challenge is, if you're religious, whatever religion, for me, I'm a Christian, so I challenge you guys to get into your word, study it for what it is, pray on it, and just go from there. Another challenge that I have for you guys is, it's easy to say negative things. So if something negative comes out of your mouth, try to say 3 positives. You know what I'm saying? That's catering to more positive things flowing from your body, because there's power in words. So I would definitely say, try to be more positive by saying 3 positives to 1 negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to a sermon one time, and a guy was saying, the preacher was saying that we complaining that our knees hurting and stuff like that. It's people who don't have kneecaps. So it's easy to complain. It's people out here who don't have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My hands hurting, my feet hurting.
Yeah.
It's people out here who don't have feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't got enough money to go get these shoes. There's people who don't have no money at all to go get any shoes. So it's like,
Yeah.
try to be more positive in the way that you live, whether it's eating, whether it's the words that you say, words that you're reading to put in your body. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I mean, and back to what you said, bro. It's much easier. Like it's so hard. It's much easier being negative than positive. Like it's so easy to be negative. So make sure, like you said, make sure you have that positivity flowing through you daily. So
Thank y'all for tuning in to listen to us chit chat about building resilience through habits and struggles. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We got more episodes coming for y'all, man. It's gonna be a big 2025. So yeah, man, y'all help us get blown up.
and I just got one thing to say.
What you gotta say, bro?
Make sure you always keep it overly real.
This need to be.